Eagles. Number 1, Kyler McWilliams. He's a 6'3 senior. Number 3, a 6'1 senior, Emmett Price. Number 15, a 6'2 sophomore, Carter Witt. And his brother, number 21, a 5'11 senior, Logan Witt. And finally, number 24, the point guard, 6' senior, Corton Parks. And for the Cougars, number 1, a senior, Jace Walker. Number 3, a junior, Ben Schumacher. Number 4, a junior, Jaden Smith. Number 23, a sophomore, Broderick Burns. And rounding out the leading scorer for the Cougars, number 25, Adam Stanton.
Yeah, Cougar fans were happy to see Logan Decker back on the bench after suffering a high ankle sprain a couple weeks ago in a game. Was able to get in a boot, get it rested up, and got cleared by his doctor to perform today. So we'll definitely see his energy coming off the bench.
McWilliams and Stanton there to take the opening tip. Number 1 seed New Heights Cougars versus the number 4 seed Pierce City Eagles. Opening tip, and we're underway, secured by number 15 Witt for the Eagles. Horton Parks up top. Cougars in a 3-2 low set. Parks over to Price on the right wing. Witt flashes in, kicks it back to his brother on the corner. Up to McWilliams on the left wing, back up to Parks at the top.
Good defense by the Cougars with keeping their head on a swivel.
Parks back to the right side for Price. I like to say the magic number tonight is going to be 60. Cougars want to get to 60. The magic number for the Eagles is going to be 40. If they can keep the Cougars under 40, they win. Cougars score 60, they win. McWilliams to the basket. Can't get it to go. Rebound by the Cougars.
Yeah, Pierce City very, very patient with their offense versus the Cougars who want to get up and move the ball, and that shows that point disparity like you're talking about.
Schumacher at the top. Ball to Stanton at the elbow. Stanton drives to the paint, step back, and he nails it. Good opening for the Cougars.
Yeah, that's a good matchup to watch. McWilliams versus Stanton. Seemed like they had him manned up early.
Cougars in a 3-quarter press. Over to Price, back to Parks at the top. The younger Witt, back up top to Parks. Entered into McWilliams on the low block. He finds an angle and gets to the basket for the answer, tied at 2.
Yeah, there's the play. McWilliams scored 20 on us each game that we've played him this year.
Burns picks it up, swings it across to Schumacher in the corner for 3, and he got it.
And we need Ben firing on all cylinders. Get that confidence going early in the game. Great shot, Ben.
Parks over to Price, still in the backcourt. Trap comes all the way down, stolen by Stanton. Stanton pushing through the middle, finds Smith off the glass and draws the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So big story here tonight is obviously going to be the way that the pace of the Cougars versus the pace of the Eagles, who want to slow things down. The Cougars bringing pressure. And I don't expect them to do it every time on every play, but to be able to mix that up and to keep their guard play off balance.
Smith gets the generous roll on the first, 6-2 the score.
So that last time, just great ball pressure there, forcing that inerrant pass. Hadn't been able to get it and find the open man for Jaden for that good look.
Too strong on the second, rebound pulled down by Parks. Over to Price on the right side, gets it to Witt. That's number 15, Carter Witt. Back up top to Parks. He wants to hold. Schumacher pressures. Over to Price. Back to Parks on the left side. Enter to the elbow. Back up to Parks. Parks picks it up at the top of the key. Gets it to McWilliams. Over to Witt on the left corner. Parks setting up an action at the top. Over to the older Logan Witt. Into Price in the corner. Finds McWilliams on the cut. Williams gets away with the hook. Can't get it to go, though. And Stanton pulls down the board.
By Adam.
Smith on the left side, back to Stanton on the wing. Thought about the 3, drives in, flips it to Schumacher. Schumacher hesitates, gets it back to Walker on the left wing. And the Cougars reset. Walker with the ball, tightly defended by Parks. Up to Schumacher at the top. Over to Walker on the left wing as Schumacher looks to cut through, flashes up for the 3, and he got it.
Great design there by Coach. Coach saw the opportunity, set the high screen instead of rolling, just jump back up top. Then with a hot hand early.
Into the front court, Witt gives it back to Parks at the top. Over to Price on the left wing. Schumacher comes to trap. Back to Parks at the top of the key. Or at the top of the paint, or top of the half court, I should say. Horton Parks holding the ball into the corner for Price.
Cougars doing a good job taking away the high post.
Over to Parks on the left wing. Into the younger Witt. Back to Parks on the left wing. The Eagles very deliberate in their offensive set. 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Down low to McWilliams. He found an angle, gets to the basket, and puts it in.
Yeah, he had that baseline open. That's what they want to do. Is they want to slide that offensive guy just right behind their defender when we're not looking.
Walker at the top being defended by Parks. Over to Schumacher on the right wing. Schumacher to the elbow, back to Walker at the top. Parks comes up to defend. Walker patient. Gets some space, finds Stanton on the left side for three. Too strong. Smith gets a hand on there for the rebound, and foul called as Jaden Smith got a little body.
Not quite sure exactly what that foul was. Maybe he had his hand on him or something like that, because at the point of the ball, he just had his hand up there. Early substitution.
3 subs in for the Cougars. Stanton, Burns, and Smith taking a break. Decker, Miller, Long in the game. Nine to 4 the lead for the Cougars. Parks down low to McWilliams. Going right to battle on Long. And Long gets called for the foul. Looked like it got a lot of ball.
Logan.
Take a look back at this entry.
Yeah, it was on Logan. Yeah. He called Logan coming on the inside
Okay.
there. So a lot of offense trying to get it to McWilliams. He's got all of their points so far this game, and really trying to, it's not even trying to create.
That ball was all the way down, spun out.
Not trying to create out of their offense, but rather just get the ball to them and let them make a play.
McWilliams makes the second. 9 to 5 the score. Walker inbounding. Pierce City giving some pressure.
Yeah, they do
Schumacher.
this 1-2-2 trap pretty regularly.
Decker across the timeline, back to Walker at the top. Walker looks back to the coach for a signal. Logan Witt, the senior, picking up Walker. Schumacher puts the dribble down, resets up to Walker. Over to Schumacher. Ball screened by Long. Looks for the cut, gets it up top for Miller. Miller drives through the paint with the left. Decker there on the follow. McWilliams is able to pull down the rebound for the Eagles.
Yeah, Max did a good job of clearing the lane, opening it up. And a great drive by Cannon. Just a little hard on the touch.
Number 5, Clybaker subbed in for the Eagles. He's been getting a lot of minutes the last games I've watched. He's a junior. Schumacher pulls down the rebound. Out ahead to Walker.
Oh, jeez.
Walker, acrobatic shot and draws the foul. He was in the air for a long time trying to find a path to the basket.
Just got good reach, which allows him to shoot kind of off-balance shots like that. He was on one side of the basket, turned around and went to the other side of the basket. Got a little rest talking to the players.
Walker good on the first, 10 to 5 the score. In and out on the second. Cougars in a 3-quarter trap. Parks into McWilliams across the timeline. Parks holding. Over to Clay Baker into the corner for Parks. Overload set, find Price at the elbow. Floater off the side of the rim. McWilliams pulls down the offensive rebound. Kicked out to Clybaker for three, and he got it.
Yeah, we were all crowding around trying to slow McWilliams down, and we don't need 3-on-1.
Decker into the paint and draws the blocking foul on Clybaker.
Yeah, just dropped his shoulder, his forearm just a little bit. But we maintained possession. Okay. I thought maybe that was a little bit of an offensive call, but the guy was moving.
Walker looking for an option, finds Max Long, spins, kicks it back to Stanton at the top. Stanton drives to the basket, gets it off the backboard, and can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled down by Price.
Yeah, he had a good look at the three there. Usually he takes that, but maybe he saw his lane, liked it a little bit better, but just unable to finish kind of that backwards layup there. Tough angle.
McWilliams slows it down at the top for Parks. Stanton did sub back in for Schumacher. Back up top to Witt. Over to Parks on the left wing. A minute left here in the first quarter.
Yep.
Clybaker drives in, loses the handle. Stanton's there for the steal.
Yeah, you see how 5 was reaching immediately. That's what I've seen a lot on the tape is anytime there's a loose ball down low on a turnover or rebound, they're reaching like crazy trying to get a hold of it.
Walker dribbling at the top, being tightly defended by Clybaker. Over to Decker on the left wing. Long flashes high, looking for a drive. Long to the paint with the left. Stanton there on the rebound. Price is able to pull it away.
Yeah, I like that take by Max. You know, you don't see him go that way very often, just unable to finish. That's a couple of those that we haven't been able to capitalize on.
Yeah, we were seeing something on those left drives. We're finding it to the basket on the left, but like you said, a little too strong on the finish.
Well, Pierce City's not crashing super tight.
Parks looking for the last shot. 13 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Clybaker all the way out at the volleyball line, over to Price. Decker tried to read the steal. He gets over to Witt. Over to Clybaker in the corner. Jump shot at the buzzer is too late. And that will end the first quarter. Cougars leading 10-8.
So Cougars came out with a hot start, able to put some points up, make some big threes. And we've had opportunities to get to the basket. We just haven't been able to finish our layups. And they're contested. You know, we know that this is a physical team that's going to make you work for everything that you have. You know, we tend to think of Pierce City as football players who also play basketball. And they can play like that as the game goes on. So Cougars got to work on being tough through their finishes.
We're playing as man. We need to use our matchup advantages and get guys driving to the basket that can finish. Max did a good job, but he's not one, like I said, normally goes and does that. We're going to get matchups where we're going to be able to go and just beat them out of man.
Yeah, like my teammate Brad was saying, you know, man, you know, will give us some favorable matchups whenever we can take advantage of those screens and get something to peel off of that. We just got to finish.
Yeah, we were content to sit in that 3-2 zone, low in the paint. I was wondering how we would manage that. We were in a press, and then as soon as they break the press, they're trying to slow it down again.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some variation in our defense tonight. I don't think we'll see all attack all the time, but mixing it up and, like I said before, trying to keep their team off balance and their guards in particular off balance.
All right, second quarter underway. Walker across the timeline. Stanton flashes high. Over to Schumacher on the left wing. Smith finds Stanton in the paint. Stanton patient, baby hook, gets it to go.
Yeah, good touch. Good touch. Dropped his head into a crowd, but able to make a really hard shot to block and just got that nice roll.
Parks over to Clybaker. Schumacher comes up to trap. Walker's there to get the steal. Walker across to Smith, gets the dribble down into traffic, and gets
a push on the floor.
Is able to draw the foul. He kind of got his head caught in an armpit.
Lucky, I didn't know for a second when they were in whistle blew if they would call him dragging his foot or not.
McWilliams, who was out to start the second quarter, quickly back in. Clybaker will take a seat for the Eagles. Back to the starting five for the Eagles. Over into the corner for Schumacher for three. Off the front of the rim. Smith gets in there to get a touch, but can't secure the rebound.
Yeah, that's one thing we're missing so far. We not got a lot of second looks. We're not getting the rebounds, offensive rebounds, to get us quick shots back. We're getting hands on it. We just can't come down with it.
Yeah, as I've called the offensive player's name 3 or 4 times because it looks like they're in position to get the rebound.
Yep.
And then the Eagles have come away with it. Witt pulls up from the elbow. Off the front of the rim, Schumacher with the long rebound. Out into transition. Over to Walker on the right side. Walker picks up his dribble, gets it back to Schumacher at the top. Price defending at the top. Eagles in man. Over to Walker, looking for the entry to Stanton. Stanton at the elbow, back to Walker. Walker cuts through and deflected from behind by Parks, and Walker ended up off the bottom of the rim.
Yeah, that was a good move by Jace. Always strong to the basket there. Thought he drew the foul, but I couldn't tell. Looked clean from angle.
Entry down low to McWilliams. Burns there defending, gets called for the foul. And McWilliams will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, he's trying to be straight up there, but when McWilliams drove into him, pushed him back, and they're going to call that pushback. Because of the movement, they're going to call that on Broderick. Again, Pierce City, they're really trying to feature McWilliams here. Was all but 3 of their points early in the game.
McWilliams makes both free throws. 2-point lead for the Cougars. Ball into the corner for Schumacher. Back to Walker. Walker holds as he looks back.
Yeah, felt like Jay said zone. He was feeling they probably had a man offense in play, and Jace wanted to switch it up.
Schumacher into the corner for Walker. Looking to entry to Stanton, back up top to Schumacher. Schumacher enters to Stanton on the low block. Spin move, post off the glass. Burns flies in for the rebound. Smith comes away with the loose ball. Tries to force it back up and draws the foul.
There we go.
And Jaden Smith will go back to the line and shoot 2 more free throws.
Yeah, right there, that offensive rebound just opened up another opportunity, sends Jaden to the line on a tough shot. But good to see us flying towards the basket. That's what we got to do. They so far been able to get position on us to be able to keep us out of getting those rebounds and out jumping us.
Too strong on the first by Smith. Walker and Schumacher down on the lane lines.
I'm assuming we're going to see some type of pressure happening really quick.
Stanton all the way back under the basket on the opposite side. Smith gets the second 3-point lead. Cougars in a full court press. Price back to McWilliams. McWilliams to Parks on the near side. Over to Price. Price to the basket. Stanton defending. Goes straight up. Well defended. Smith pulls down the rebound.
Good D by Adam there. Make that shot difficult and not draw the foul.
Walker to the elbow. Tough shot.
Oof.
And rims out. Rebound pulled down by Price.
That was a good shot by Jace. Just rimmed out. Again, he's using so much of his arm strength on these shots.
Witt across to Parks in the corner. Comes inside, finds McWilliams. He spins through and puts it in. 1-point game. Walker on the right wing.
Now, offensively, Pierce City wants to keep that off, so the next pass, trying to get you to look, bite on the entry.
Stanton with the left, nice finish.
Good play by Adam there, just extending his reach, curling it around the McWilliams.
Trap comes, Parks finds Witt. Witt picks up his dribble, gets it back to McWilliams. Back up top to Quarton Parks, the 6-foot senior point guard. Over to Logan Witt into the corner for the younger Carter Witt. Price at the elbow into McWilliams in the corner for 3. It's too strong, but got rim. Carter Witt pulls down the rebound. Wild shot. Price pulls down another offensive rebound and draws the foul. Foul called on Walker.
Well, that first rebound, Adam had position on the guy, but just didn't box him out. It kind of went long, and then went back to Price. Both our guys are straight up as they are. Price was going to shoot into somebody and draw that foul. Who did they call that foul on?
On Walker.
Okay.
Price makes the first, 15-13. Decker, Miller, and Long back in the game for the Cougars. Price too strong on the second. Stanton comes in for the rebound. Walker to Stanton on the right side. Stanton for three. Off the corner of the rim, and McWilliams is there for the rebound for the Eagles.
The coach is trying to get him an offense. Adam thought he had a shot there.
Parks enters again, and McWilliams at the free throw line. Out to Price, back to Parks. Swung across to Witt.
A little bit different lineup here. We don't see Adam and Max in at the same time very often.
Parks holding. Stanfield, number 4 in the game for the Eagles. That's Landon Stanfield, the 6-foot sophomore, with the ball on the right side.
Trying to create some screen action down low. They got a cutter that's waiting for the entry pass for Price to cut through. Back up and reset their offense.
Cougars content to play the Eagles game. This is exactly the game the Eagles want to play. .246 left in the first half. Witt over to Price on the left wing. Errant pass and out of bounds. Turnover back to the Cougars.
You know, the Cougars just playing honest defense. They're getting they're getting back down to the low post for the double team, but they still got to be able to extend out to the 3 on D. Doing a good job. Honest defense forcing that turnover.
Miller to Stanton over to Decker on the right side. Walker takes the 3 from the top, and he got it.
Good shot, Jace. Really found his shot this year.
Three-quarter trap for the Cougars. McWilliams at the top. Walker comes back to defend. Gets it over to Parks. Into McWilliams inside the three-point line. Back to Parks to reset. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Cougars leading by 5. Parks entered down to McWilliams. Double team with Long and Stanton. Kicks it back to Price for 3. Off the front of the rim, and Long pulls down the rebound. Cougars out in transition.
Yeah, coach wanted that shove push off McWilliams' head on Adam.
Back to Walker on the left wing. Over to Long at the high post. To Stanton on the left wing. Ball screened by Long. Stanton looking for an action. Gets Decker on the cut. Decker with the floater and gets the roll.
Good roll. Draw all that attention to the high post and inside somebody. That's kind of Pierce City's offense right there. Yeah.
Decker reaches through and gets called for the body foul.
Yeah. Well, Logan, you were pushing up against him before that, and the ref was right behind you, so you definitely drawing some attention to that.
Cougars are going to take a timeout.
So yeah, Pierce City content to run a lot of clock, trying to do some deliberate sets. The problem is whenever they get behind, it's so much harder for them to dig out unless the other team isn't playing well. So Marionville last night went up big, the first quarter in particular, on Pierce City, Monday night, the first round of the tournament. But then Pierce City was able to dig back out over time and win the game, but in large part because Marionville, until the very end of the game, went ice cold. And so that kind of slow, deliberate play where you're trying to take your focused shots means you got to make those shots. The other team can't make them when you're playing from behind.
Yeah, the Cougars playing the Eagles game, winning by 7 is a great sign because the Eagles will have to start playing the Cougars game if the Cougars can hold the lead.
Well, that's what I think they don't want to do.
Parks all the way in the corner up to Witt. Witt at the elbow, back to McWilliams. And they'll hold, looking for the last shot with a minute left. Over to Stanfield. Miller picks him up into the corner for Witt. Miller defending. Witt back to the top. Decker comes in on a little pressure over to Price. McWilliams in the short corner. Price back to Witt at the top. Witt resets to Parks. 30 seconds to play here in the first. Stanfill on the right wing, back to Parks, over to Price. Flashing to McWilliams, ball deflected. Witt's able to get back to it. Miller defending, back to Stanfill, to Parks for three. Too strong, and Decker pulls down the rebound. Decker in transition all the way to the basket. Tough shot. The rebound pulled down by McWilliams. 3 seconds left. McWilliams to the basket. Miller there, and at the buzzer, McWilliams is able to finish to go to halftime with a 5-point lead for the Cougars.
Yeah, not a good defensive play on that last drive. We let multiple guys, instead of trying to stop the ball, just let them dribble around him, content to reach and just try to slow it down incidentally, and gave the one guy the drive that you can't give. So Cougars gave up, 11 points to McWilliams, all but 4 of their points this game, including those last 2. So defensively, what we see from the Cougars, a little bit of what I anticipated today, was that we're not going to pressure every play every time, but try to keep them off balance by attacking sporadically. Even what you saw there at the Logan, instead of sinking back to the high post, Logan would come up and contest that. The point guard. Maybe let him jump a pass or two. Cougars got to make sure that they're doing, Pierce City's definitely trying to get the ball down to McWilliams, trying to create off of that. They do love the kick out. It's not that they're just trying to ISO him all the time, but they're trying to get us to bite on that, to open up some type of backdoor cut or slide or just open three. Offensively, the Cougars, again, it comes back down to just some missed layups. Whenever we're able to get our shots out of our set plays, we're getting the looks that we want to get. But we've missed some shots and just not been able to finish around the rim. And then normally offensively, I would say we're getting at least 50% of the offensive rebounds. Here, I just don't think we're getting as many and not creating second chance opportunities.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit of district jitters. It seems like we're getting in position, just maybe not as clean to start out the game with securing the ball. So hopefully here in the second half, we can clean that up and turn those second chance opportunities into baskets. But yeah, playing like I said, playing the Eagles game and leading by 5 is a good sign for the Cougars. We said 40 is the mark. Cougars are right on that for being out of the Eagles comfort zone, and of course we'd like to get to 60. I don't think the Eagles can beat the Cougars if the Cougars get to 60. And the Cougars are notorious for putting up a strong individual quarter. So let's see if it can be the third quarter here. A 20-point quarter or even a 25-point quarter is not uncommon for the Cougars as they can score in bunches.
And one thing we were talking about, so our last year district championship run started with us playing not as the first seed with a bye, but playing against Verona, who didn't have a very good team last year. And we didn't play our best game the first half, and then it kind of got our district legs underneath us. And so I think there's a little bit of that for us as well. We got the first half there, we got our district legs underneath us. Now we can come back in the second half and play our game.
All right, we'll take a halftime break here and be back in a few minutes here to catch a little bit of the halftime warm-ups, and then be back for the second half. All right, we're back about 1:30 from the start of the second half. Cougars leading by 5, 20-15.
Yeah, so sitting here talking over kind of the first half. You know, Brian, what would be your key points to the game here moving forward?
Well, like I was saying as we went to break, the Cougars are letting the Eagles play their game, and the Cougars are winning. So you can't be too discouraged with that. Obviously, if the Cougars can play their game, they can stretch open a lead. But where we want to be, the way we want to speed up the game is on the defensive side by forcing quick passes by the Eagles to speed their tempo up, which allows us to speed our tempo up. If we let them take minute-long possessions and then try to come down and take a 5-second offensive possession, that puts us in kind of a imbalance. We really need to create our speed through our defensive pressure.
Yeah, I think letting our offense work for us a little bit more. You know, whenever we have run out of our offense set, we usually get pretty good looks. Seems like maybe a little bit we're trying to rush some shots early on in the set instead take our time. And defensively, you know, these are some guys that will commit some turnovers if we keep the pressure consistent.
Cougars come out with their starting 5. Eagles have Claybaker in the game to start for the second half. McWilliams in the backcourt, Walker tightly defending to open up the third quarter here in the semifinal of the district. Ball back to McWilliams at the top, over to Price. Price in the short corner gets trapped all the way back to Parks. Parks to the elbow, finds Price in the corner for 3, and he got it.
Yeah, big first possession by the Eagles. Someone can make a statement right out of the break.
Burns at the top, Price defending, back to Walker, over to Smith on the right wing. Burns finds Stanton on the cut, Stanton through traffic off the front rim. McWilliams fights the rebound, Claybaker got a hand on it, and out of bounds will stay Cougars ball.
Yeah, Adam was trying to kind of lead into that pressure, knocked him just off balance enough.
Walker into the corner for Schumacher for 3, and he rims it in, and a big basket for the Cougars.
That's not an easy shot for Ben. He had to get his feet set really, really quickly coming off of that, but a good screen by Adam to open that up.
Claybaker to the basket, and foul called on Stanton.
Yeah, I got Adam pump faked up in the air. How much you can do when you're swinging down on them like that. Just Adam's first foul of the game.
Claybaker good on the first, 23-19 the score.
Yeah, it was good to see the Cougars out of their inbounds play answer right back for that 3.
Makes both free throws 3-point game. Eagles in a 3-quarter court press. Stanton to Walker. Burns in the middle. Walker gets it back to Stanton. Stanton tips it to Schumacher. Schumacher floater and gets the roll. They call that offensive.
They did. Yeah, I thought that was a good play by Ben. I don't think Ben gets charged for.
Oh, that's a terrible call.
That pass into Ben, Adam did a great job of deflecting the ball just enough. Oh, we're going to have a talk. Oh, yeah, they're just getting the scoreboard correct.
Take a look at that again.
Yeah, he was moving.
Well, he was just never there. All right, back to the action. Parks inside, Burns deflects. Smith comes away with the steal for the Cougars.
Good poke by Broderick.
Stanton floater off the back of the iron, and Price got a hand on it, but couldn't secure it. And out of bounds back to the Cougars.
Yeah, Adams driving in there, trying to create.
Burns subs out as Decker checks in the game for the Cougars. Walker inbounding, trying to find someone, finds Decker late on the cut. Decker with a tough shot. Stanton comes in for the offensive rebound.
Good board.
Back up top to Schumacher, one more to Walker. Walker one-on-one with Parks, gets to the elbow. Parks is able to block it out of bounds and will stay Cougars ball.
Yeah, I saw the lane that Jay saw, and it was open going through there, and just it was a good jump and a good defensive play.
Parks deflects and off of Decker last.
That was good hops by that player.
Take a look at that on replay. It looked like it hit out of bounds, but maybe not. Hard to tell for sure.
Or did he cross the plane of the out of bounds?
Cougars in a press. They get it up to McWilliams, over to Price to slow it down. Back to Parks on the left side. Cougars leading by 3, 23-26 minutes left here in the third quarter of the semifinal number 1. Number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed.
Totally content to get everybody exactly in the right position. Get everybody in the exact right position.
Clay Baker on the left side. Back up top to Witt. Over to Price in the corner. Back to Witt at the top to Clay Baker. Over to Parks. All the way across to Price in the corner for the 3. Off the front of the rim.
Gosh.
And 2 Eagles players come in for the rebound.
That is a rebound that we cannot miss. Yeah, both of their guys were above the volleyball line. We had multiple guys down low. We just didn't flash enough of them to the basket. We're lucky we got away with that.
Eagles in the 3-quarter press. They get it to Decker, up to Walker. Walker slowing it down at the top. Over to Schumacher, Clay Baker defending. Finds Stanton in the low block, cuts it back. Miscommunication, hits off Walker's chest. Clay Baker to the basket. Tough shot.
Let's go, Jaden.
Smith out in transition. Slapped away by McWilliams.
Good
back
hands.
to Walker. Walker for 3. Off the front of the rim. And Smith gets away with a foul. Parks pulls down the rebound.
Now, good hands by Jaden to be able to save the ball and get us an honest look.
Parks to Price, inside to McWilliams. He turns and is open and puts it in. 1-point game. Stanton pushing the pace to the elbow, out to Walker. Up top to Smith. He drives in and gets called for the travel.
Cougars unable to score so far in the third quarter, if I remember correctly.
Schumacher had that 3 to open up off the inbound.
So just 3 points.
4:14 to go in the third. Ball across to Price. Schumacher and Decker there to double. Inside to McWilliams in the short corner. McWilliams into the paint through Stanton's belly. And fight for the rebound. Loose ball. Foul called on Stanton.
I thought Adam did a good job of getting body position there for that rebound. It's interesting to me that they called the foul on that. Oh, okay. They reversed the call.
Wow, and that he actually called it on number 25 Stanton and then changed it to number 1 McWilliams. That's a huge call and the right call, but he did have it the opposite way to start. So that's a pretty big call.
I didn't see that coming. Let's reverse it.
Smith over to Schumacher on the left wing. To Smith in the corner for 3. Actually looks like that was deflected.
Might have been tipped just a little bit.
And Price pulls down the rebound for the Eagles. Parks picks up his dribble, gets it to Witt, looking for McWilliams flashing in. Back to Clay Baker at the top.
So that's what you got to watch. So whenever they're trying to get the ball into the low post or the high post, they flash somebody on that backdoor side. You can kind of see the player just watching on the opposite side, watching and waiting for their opportunity there.
Entered into McWilliams. Foul call on Stanton, and the basket's good. McWilliams will go to the line with the lead. to try to complete the three-point play.
So the initial pump fake got Adam up in the air, so he just had to drive into him. Finish that. Not really letting them play a lot on those types of plays. You know, you'll see some of those contested shots where there's got a bunch of bodies swinging and stuff like that. They're not calling that as much as they're calling those.
2-point lead now for the Eagles. 3 minutes left in the third. Walker at the top with the dribble. Over to Decker on the left wing. Stanton comes on the ball screen, gets it to Burns on the right side.
Too high screen.
Burns to the elbow. Back to Stanton at the top for three. Off the side of the rim. Price pulls down the rebound, loses his feet. Could have been a foul.
Yeah, that's a good set shot by Adam. Usually he makes those.
Cougars content to let the Eagles keep running clock. I don't understand that, why they don't defend the ball. Because McWilliams is just too good down low to let them enter like this. McWilliams with another 2 points and a 4-point lead now for the Eagles.
Got a timeout by coach here. This has been a little bit of an issue this year. We haven't had to play a lot of really strong bigs. And we as a team just don't have the same height as some of the teams that we're playing against. And whenever we're able to get a good big, that's been an issue for us. McWilliams making some good plays underneath. We just got to be able to defend that better. Usually in the first half, we were double teaming down low. We were able to crash down low a little bit quicker than we've been able to get there. And he's had to one-on-one with a crasher late.
Well, it's just crazy. I mean, my third grade boys team could enter that pass if there's no ball pressure. You know, if you're not going to guard the ball and you're going to let them swing the ball around for a minute, they're going to find McWilliams open at some point. Adam can't defend him forever.
Well, but part of the offense is we're not seeing Pierce City shoot a lot of threes here, and they're trying to create that action. So we're choosing to gum it up, let them have some time, but gum up the middle and not give away that.
Decker on the left wing, back to Walker at the top. Stanton at the elbow, into the free throw line, back to Burns at the top. Burns to the elbow, kicks it to Schumacher. Schumacher puts the dribble down, back to the top, over to Burns. Decker across to Schumacher on the right wing. Flips it to Walker. Logan Witt defending Walker as he resets. 1:30 left in the third. Stanton comes on the ball screen. Walker picks up the dribble, finds Stanton at the elbow. Stanton spins through traffic. Tough shot off the front of the rim. And rebound pulled down by the Eagles.
You know, we haven't seen a lot of man defense this year. Most teams have played us zone because we've had such a big advantage against a lot of teams that we've played against. And we're just not looking crisp on our looks and coming off those screens.
Price on the right wing. Schumacher defends. Into McWilliams in the corner. Trap comes. Back to Price. All the way across to Claybaker. Into the corner for Parks for three. Too strong. Backside rebound by McWilliams. And Schumacher fouls him on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot two more.
So now the Cougars are applying that pressure that you've been wanting to see, Brian.
No, the pressure doesn't need to happen on the wings. That's going to happen every time. The pressure needs to be at the top on the ball handler, because the pass that needs to be forced is the pass to the wing. We're allowing the pass to the wing, and then we're trying to trap the pass inside. That's not the trap that we're trying. That's not the pass that we want to steal. We want to steal the diagonal pass to the wing, and in order to do that, we have to force a tough pass from the player up top, and we are just not doing that. It's exactly what they did to us at the start of the year. McWilliams makes them both. A 6-point lead now for the Eagles. Cougars just 3 points here in the third quarter. Walker to Stanton. All the way across for Schumacher. He's open. Parks flies to him. Schumacher drives to the basket and puts it in for two.
Good take by Ben, getting a pump fake. looked maybe like he wanted to pull that three, but instead saw the lane and just finished cleanly around the rim.
McWilliams in the middle.
Good pullback by Broderick, not draw that foul.
Back to Price. Over to Claybaker, drives in, tough shot, and he nails it.
Yeah, big bucket there, very difficult shot.
Burns pulls up the dribble, kicks it back to Walker. Walker at the free throw line, kicks it back to Burns at the top. Burns to the top of the key, entered into Stanton on the low block, finds Burns on the cut. Tough shot, gets the roll.
Hey, good acrobatic finish there for Broderick right before the buzzer. It pulls back within 4. That ball movement right there, right? That's what we talked about coming into this quarter. That ball movement there where we're able to get the ball inside the lane, inside the 3 line, and then look for our teammates on those cuts.
Really nice quarter for the Eagles. Scored 16 points in that quarter to the Cougars 7.
Yeah, huge game for McWilliams so far. Only 3 players for Pierce City in points. McWilliams with 20 so far this game. Ben Schumacher leading our all scorers with 13. Guys on the floor right now, Adams got 6. And Jaden has 4.
I don't know if that's right. I wonder if they put one of Price's baskets on Price's number 3 on the Eagles. I wonder if they put that on the scoreboard wrong. Oh, I bet they put that that offensive foul on the scoreboard for Schumacher, even though they took it off the actual score. Smith loses it as Claybaker's able to reach in for the steal. Parks on the left side. Back to Price. This is what we got to do. We got to defend every player with the ball.
Yeah,
over to Price, and ball knocked away. Turnover back to the Cougars.
Yeah, good play by Broderick and Ben putting that pressure on. Pierce City can get frazzled by the pressure. So instead of seeking Jace back up down into the free throw line or just at the 3, they've got him up high, putting ball pressure on the point guard.
Smith on the right side. Over to Schumacher on the left wing. Looking baseline inside to Stanton. Finds Schumacher, and he nails it.
Big shot for Ben. Ben's been doing a great job carrying our team here offensively. Just a 2-point game.
Park still in the backcourt, gets it across to Price. Across the timeline, switched over to Claybaker. Claybaker rises up from 10 feet, and he answers. 4-point game, 33-29.
Claybaker's had a few of those kind of floating jumpers.
Stanton into Burns, cuts back to Stanton to the basket. Blocking foul, and Stanton will shoot 2.
Now, both those guys were driving in there looking for the contact. Hey, Price knew it was coming. Adam knew it was coming. Just kind of dropped that shoulder into him, but thankfully Price was moving. Pierce City's coach trying to show what it means to be set to the ref.
Stanton good on the first. 3-point game, 33-30.
Substitution here for the Eagles.
Price subbing out of the game. Carter Witt, the sophomore, back in the game for the Eagles. Stanton makes both free throws, back to a 2-point game. Cougars in full court press, into Parks, and holding called on Smith. He lost his balance.
Yeah, he was just falling forward. You don't want any fouls early in the 4th, right? You want to be able to protect those in case you need them later.
Walker right on the line in the press. Into Parks. Smith defending again. Burns comes on the double. Claybaker comes in and steals the ball from Witt.
Close to the out of bounds.
Back to Parks.
Cougars running a 1-3-1. Trying to keep that ball pressure up
Parks
high.
picks the ball up. Back to McWilliams. He's able to stay with it.
Jaden just a sec too late.
Witt back to Parks. Into the corner for Clay Baker for three. Smith on the backside, good box out.
Yeah. Yeah, got a good shove in the back there. Jaden kind of lurches forward as the ball goes over his head. But to say that's a good rebound by Jaden, and then he gets shoved in the back. 2-point game.
The way the ref put both hands down saying stay here made it seem like he was calling that on Jaden, but they did call it on the Eagles. Walker, tough shot in, off the rim. Offensive rebound by Walker, goes up, and foul called
Get a push.
on the floor, I believe.
15. It's his second foul. About 30 seconds of game time.
Third foul here in the fourth quarter on the Eagles. Cougars with a chance to tie or take the lead here with this possession. 5:53 left to play in the fourth. Walker into Stanton, Mike in, finish, and it's a tie game at 33.
And that inbounds play worked perfectly. Made an easy pass and play. Ooh.
Ball deflected, McWilliams gets back to it.
Good hands by Jaden.
And timeout Eagles.
Yeah, we're able to put a little bit more consistent pressure up whenever we're in that 1-3-1, keeping everything up high. It's interesting because, Pierce City could drop a couple guys back, but they're just not clean passes from that distance for them.
Yeah, like I was saying, the challenged pass needs to be the wing pass, and that's where we created that turnover on the last possession. If we're going to challenge the pass into McWilliams, he's just too tough down low for that to be successful.
That's good to see us convert a little bit more, a little bit better on the rim, or at least get the foul.
Stanton now has 10 on the night.
Yeah, pretty quiet offensively for our leading scorer this year. We know they're coming. We know those points are coming.
Clay Baker, number 5 for the Eagles, has 9. Price has 4. Walker picks up Parks. Parks gets it back to McWilliams. Back up top to McWilliams at the top of the key. He pivots through, spins in, and puts it back to retake the lead.
That's a tough play, man. Williams had a good drive, good take to the basket there.
Walker at the elbow, kicks it back to Smith in the right corner. Back to Stanton, looks for the cut. Stanton drives in, spins through, kicks it back to Smith for 3 in the corner. Off the front of the rim, fight for the rebound. Burns pulls it in, and Burns puts it back to retie the game at 35.
Big time offensive rebound by Broderick. Just fighting for the ball, fighting for position, and going back up strong to tie the game up.
Parks into Price in the corner, to Witt at the elbow, drives in, kicks it back to Clay Baker. Walker tightly defending, sweeps it away. Burns quickly out to Walker. Walker gets fouled from behind. And a nice vision by Burns to steal that and find Walker up ahead.
Yeah, good defense to set that up and get the ball out quickly. We've done such a good job this year of finding our teammates up flying down the court. We all knew the foul was coming. Big free throw there by Jace.
Walker good on the first to take the lead. Schumacher checking out as, is it Decker that just subbed in?
Yes.
Logan Decker subbed in the game for the Cougars with a 1-point lead.
Logan take that high on the 1-3-1. If they'll keep him on the wing.
Parks in the backcourt, all the way across to Clay Baker. Looks inside for McWilliams. Burns defends. McWilliams gets his own rebound and puts it back. Can't get it. Burns outlet to Walker. Walker being defended by Parks. Tough shot to the basket. Draws the foul and finishes for the and one. What a play.
Yeah, watch that sucker on replay.
Take a look at where Walker takes off from. Carries in the air. Acrobatic finish as he got undercut.
24 went for the steal instead of the defense and just opened up Jace to attack. Oh, got it.
Walker gets the roll.
Yeah, we'll see Logan play up top here like I thought.
Parks across the timeline, over to Claybaker, rises up from 15. Fight for the rebound and foul. Both refs had a foul, but I don't know who it's on. Foul called on Burns.
There's a lot of bodies up in the air. I don't know how you could pick out which one hit who as they both went down. Both teams went to the ground. They call it on Broderick.
Eagles have possession underneath. Price up top to Parks. Decker comes up to defend. Inside to Price in the short corner. Stanton and Walker come on the double. Back to Claybaker on the right wing. Claybaker in the paint. Difficult shot.
Yeah, tried to draw the foul. Frustrated about it. Came after the ball.
Stanton across the timeline. Decker flashes in. Timeout, Cougars.
A good run there by the Cougars. Some big defensive turnover, or take care of those, creating opportunities off the turnovers, translated into the points. Yeah, it's so important to be right now just in control of the ball. Right, we want to go out, we want to play our speed, right? They're not in a position where they have to foul, but I guarantee you their physicality will step up as the game goes on. That's just kind of who they are as a team, the Eagles. And so the Cougars have to take care of that ball.
Yeah, 4-point game. 4 minutes left basically in the fourth quarter. So a lot of game left. Cougars have really made a nice adjustment with that up top ball pressure. They've created several turnovers off of it already.
Yeah, that time they were in a 1-3-1. That time they switched it up and they went to a 1-2-2 defensively. Guys doing a good job of getting their hand in there and getting away in the passing lane.
It's Eagles ball in the front court. I'm sorry, it's the Cougars ball in the front court as we restart play. Walker into Burns. Burns across the timeline being defended by Logan Witt. Burns with the left, kicks it back to Stanton.
Really creating a 5 out here. Tons of space. Maybe taking a little bit of playing the Eagles game here and chewing some clock up.
Burns looks inside for Stanton. Good receipt from just inside the free throw line. Big shot by Adam Stanton.
Good decision by Adam. Instead of forcing a harder shot, take the wide open look.
Into the corner for Claybaker. Walker pushes him, no foul called. Claybaker trapped in the corner.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And timeout called by the Eagles.
Yeah, Jace got a little bit of contact with him, and then it was getting chippy down there. Claybaker was pushing back.
It was definitely a foul on Walker, and then it was a travel on Claybaker, and then they let both of them go and gave him a timeout. But it should have been a foul.
Don't see a timeout. How much each team has as far as left on timeouts?
I show Cougars with 2 remaining and the Eagles with 3 remaining.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't have the timeouts on the scoreboard, which is unusual. You know, a coach could lose track of timeouts if they're not shown on the scoreboard.
Shadows of our 6th grade girls' victory on Saturday.
All right, Eagles back to the ball, into the corner for Claybaker. To Parks on the right wing. Back to Claybaker in the corner, drives in, pushes it back to Parks.
I think we got a box and one going on here. Adam staying boxed in on McWilliams.
Entered into Price. Off the front of the rim, Price gets his own rebound. Foul called, a push called on the floor on Burns.
Now we got to get those rebounds. Right, we had position. We had multiple guys in there for position.
Cougars with a 6-point lead. Price inbounding for the Eagles. Stolen away by Stanton. Stanton into transition. He slows it up, gets it to Walker in the front court.
Yeah, good decision.
Back to Stanton. Kicks it out to Burns. Burns will hold. 2:30 to play. Burns swipe from behind, gets on the floor to save it, and timeout called by the
Good
Cougars.
timeout.
Great hustle play by Burns to get on the floor and secure that ball.
All right, so 2:28 left. That should be bonus, as that's the 5th foul.
No, that was a timeout called by the
Excuse
Cougars.
me. Yeah. I'm getting excited when I see that 5 up there. Yeah, so the Cougars contend, and then we're seeing that pressure. Pierce City, who does not dig out of holes very quickly, right? They're going to have to kind of create some ball pressure of their own, try to force some turnovers. You saw there with that reach from behind, got the ball, no foul. The Cougars got to be smart with the ball here.
McWilliams with 22 points on the night. Stanton for the Cougars with 12.
Had doubled his first half so far. I imagine more's coming.
Walker has 8 on the night. Decker, Smith, and Burns each have 2.
So good timeout by coach. So giving up a jump ball or a steal, maintain possession, allow us to get set up.
All right, Cougars will inbound on the end line. Walker underneath, looking for an option, gets it all the way up top. Smith's there to receive it. Over to Stanton. Stanton all the way to the basket, loses the handle, but draws the foul, and Stanton will go to the line to shoot 2. Seemed like a little bit of a bailout there. Let's see.
Yeah, he was attacking through some guys.
Oh yeah, the reach in on by Price caused him to lose the handle.
He had the ball really, really low. Would have been tough to have him get a good look at the rim. Good roll.
Stanton gets the roll on the first.
Good roll. Free throws are crucial at the end of a game.
Extending the lead to 7, 42 to 35. Short on the second. Price pulls down the rebound for the Eagles. Out to Parks on the left side. Parks at the elbow, gets it to McWilliams at the top. Over to Parks. Kicks back to Price. Walker got a hand on it. Price is able to recover it. Back over to Claybaker. To Witt at the top. Over to Price on the left wing. And he hits the 3. Big 3-point basket by the Eagles. Burns gets it into Decker. Under 2 minutes to play. Decker gets it to Burns. Foul called.
Got a foul.
And Decker will go to the line to shoot 2 in the bonus.
I was surprised they called a foul there, but Eagles weren't. Both the guys that were playing Logan seemed like they kind of gave that one up. Logan's made some big free throws for us this season.
Decker true on the first, back to a 5-point lead. Logan Decker in a walking boot the last 2 weeks after a high ankle sprain against Thomas Jefferson. Just got out of the boot on Monday. Got cleared to play today and makes both free throws, back to a 6-point lead for the Cougars.
Big shots by our senior Logan Decker.
Parks for 3 from the top, off the back iron. Claybaker pulls it in. Witt for 3 in the corner. It's too strong, and foul called on
Logan.
Decker. That's the 4th foul on the Cougars.
Deck's third foul.
So 2 offensive rebounds by the Eagles, giving them a chance for another possession. And timeout called by the Eagles as their inbound play didn't seem to be working.
Yeah, so far all we've seen the Eagles try to do is make threes. There's plenty of time left to go and try to make a stop, draw, slow them down, send them to the line, but they're just trying to get the quickest open 3 that they can and shooting off balance hustle. Again, this is not the Eagles' strength here. They want to slow it down, be methodical, create something.
I'm showing on the board that the Cougars have 1 timeout remaining and the Eagles have 2 timeouts remaining.
These end of games, tight games like this always matter the most to the seniors from either team. They're getting ready to finish up their high school basketball careers. Want to finish on a high note.
Price
Going out.
inbounding, gets it to Witt. Up top to Claybaker. Covered well. Claybaker for three, deflected by Walker. Burns is there to recover the ball. And foul called on Claybaker. Burns will go to the line to shoot.
Yeah, big block by our point guard, Jace Walker. Putting just enough on that, get enough on it to just to throw it off. And Broderick wisely grabs the ball, knows the foul's coming, not give up the possession. And we'll send our sophomore Broderick to the line.
Burns too strong on the first. Makes the second, and displacement on Claybaker. That's a huge foul. Burns will go back to the line to shoot 2 more free throws.
That's significant. Yeah, Broderick, who's not going in there for a rebound. We saw this in our last game with that same player getting chippy at the end of the game and shoved Logan when Logan was going up for a layup. Took a chance for them to just get the ball out of bounds and move it down and give us another couple free throws here to extend our lead to 9.
Burns makes both free throws this time.
Big shooting for Broderick.
Parks over to Price. Back to Parks from the 30-foot three. Off the front of the rim. Claybaker deflects it back out to Price. Over to Claybaker. And timeout again by the Eagles. 1:19 to play here in the fourth quarter. Cougars with a 9-point lead.
So now the Cougars sinking back just a little bit, right? And it forces them to have to shoot the long three. Really long, deep three. And again, the Eagles are trying to shoot their way out of this hole with three-pointers.
Yeah, interesting strategy by the Cougars early on. I guess they assumed that the Eagles would take the open three. The Eagles aren't very good three-point shooters. And I think our philosophy was we'll leave them open for three. But they weren't going to take that. They were going to be deliberate about forcing it inside to McWilliams. And they just took the possession and took the possession and took the possession until finally they found McWilliams inside.
Right.
Now that they have to shoot the three, it's not that bad to guard McWilliams and hope for the defensive rebound.
Well, they're not even trying to find McWilliams at this point. I mean, they're trying to get their best three shooters open to try to score as quickly as they can, as the Cougars been shooting so well from the line.
All right, Eagles with the ball back to play. Price looking to get it in, gets it to Claybaker at the top. Claybaker with a long three-pointer, and he nails it.
We can't sing back that low. You got to put at least a hand in his face.
Standing up top, and Burns gets fouled, no call.
Bad pass by Adam.
McWilliams takes the extra step and gets away with it, and it's a 4-point game. Decker over to Smith, slap from behind, and Smith will go to the line to shoot 2.
I know what Adam was trying to do. He's trying to make a safe pass, but he just floated that. And now it's going to send Jaden to the line.
I guess the argument on not calling that foul is that neither player had position.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a foul there. Decided to let him play on that. Good shooting.
Jaden Smith, big free throw, back to a 5-point lead.
This time nobody blocks Jaden on the miss, on a make on a free throw.
Price, for the long three. Fight for the rebound, Burns pulls it in. Gets trapped, gets it out to Walker. Walker up to Smith. And Smith puts it in.
Jaden's always going to finish around the rim. He's got that ball. He's not going to dribble that sucker out. He's going to go up for it.
Back to Price. To the basket.
Oh.
Foul called.
Yeah. Yeah, after making a difficult shot the first time, Broderick decided to swing and try to block the second one. unnecessary foul and puts him in with 4 fouls.
Both teams in the bonus. Cougars with an 8-point lead. Number 21, Logan Witt, the 5'11 senior at the line. Too strong on the first.
Cougars need to get a good solid rebound here. Hang on to that ball. Foul's coming.
Witt makes the second. Decker inbounding. Looks all the way up and throws it away.
That's so tough because no time goes off the clock. Cougars need to run their press break, not trying to force something down the court. Yeah, and they get the ball back underneath. Broderick, watch what's behind you. Broderick, there you go.
Price trying to get it in. Stanton steals and gets fouled right away. Stanton will go to the line.
Great job of Adam getting position in there and forcing the quick foul. Only 2 seconds off the clock.
Stanton rattles the first one home. Back to an 8-point lead for the Cougars, 52-44. 28.7 left here in the fourth quarter.
Good finish there. Good shot.
Nothing but net on the second.
Good shot.
Clay Baker up the right side. Loses the handle, back to it. Enters it into McWilliams down low. Fumbles the ball, gets it back, and puts it in. Walker in.
Again.
Clock is running. Decker through traffic, gets fouled, and he'll go back to the line.
They had Jaden wide underneath, wide open. Wide open, but decided to attack and draw the foul. Two-possession game here. No, excuse me, more than that. 7-point lead.
Back to an 8-point lead for the Cougars. 54-46. Decker makes both free throws, 9-point lead.
Big free throws here into the game.
Price for three from the right wing. Off the front of the rim, Burns flicks it out. Parks from the volleyball line off the front of the rim, and that will do it. Hard-fought battle. Cougars come out victorious, 55-46. Good fourth quarter for the Cougars, 18-point fourth quarter. Got them back in that game to close it out.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier on, about the kind of getting warmed up into district play. It took us about 2.5 quarters to get warmed up into district play, and then just kind of finish the game playing our game, doing a great job. Free throws were so clutch at the end of the game, so clutch, as it continued to give us the edge.
I'm sorry, I said 18 point. What was it, 27 at the end of the third quarter?
I don't remember.
27.
Yeah.
So that was a 28-point fourth quarter.
Yeah. Well, you were right about that. We almost got to 60, Brian.
Yeah, that was our comfort zone. We were going to win for sure at 60. We were going to lose for sure under 40.
And we were under 40 there for a little while. But again, I appreciate the Cougars, got into their style of basketball there at the end, where they were looking for their teammates, finishing around the rim, defensively forcing the bad pass or forcing the turnover. And that, taking it from behind really kind of took McWilliams out of the game. So that's such a huge, he still had a huge game. An incredibly impressive performance for senior McWilliams. Big season for him. But the Cougars now line up to play in the championship game on Friday night here again at Diamond. We'll find out who we play against after this next game.
When the Eagles went up 6, obviously in district play anyone can win, but I still felt like it was our game to lose. um, if we could get into our game.
Right.
And we did get into our game. We were able to speed up the tempo through ball pressure up top. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out of this game to face us, because Miller, with the lead, likes to play exactly like Pierce City. They'll spend the whole fourth quarter not even shooting. Diamond, on the other hand, plays man defense, and they like to kind of push the pace. So very different styles. Will really depend on what kind of gameplay we have coming into Friday night.
Yeah, these teams in our district this year, a lot of times, like last year, we played Ashgrove, who we hadn't played all year round, but we played Pierce City for the third time this year. If we play Miller, it'll be for the second time this year. If we play Diamond, it'll be for the second time this year. These are teams that we've played this season that know us a little bit. We know them, kind of know what we're looking for. Last year we played Miller in the district semis. And so there's, it's teams battling that know each other, that are playing hard against each other. And like you said, yeah, two different styles of play. Miller is content to shoot the three ball, and Diamond, who wants to create some mismatches and to use power and strength.
Well, all right, we'll close out with the second half recap. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back here Friday. We'll find out later who our opponent is.